Shalom, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kar Gadash, double honors to the apostles of GMS, and sincere shalom to the brothers out here pushing this truth and sincerity. And I pretty much want to get into the topic, going into this whole thing with the coronavirus, and people make such a big deal out of these diseases when the time arrives for them to be a thing, and it's just a simple fact that the coronavirus been out before anybody decided to make a big deal out of it. Now all of a sudden it's a big deal. Same thing they did with the swine flu. Swine flu been a thing, but now now when social media brings it out, oh, now all of a sudden it's a big deal. What was it? It's another thing I can't remember it at the moment. But all these diseases been out, and that's even the CDC has diseases that we never even heard of. So these people making a big deal out of these things. This is not new. And more diseases gonna come out, killing people left and right. So I'm gonna go into a scripture because, I'm gonna go straight into it. This is Revelations 18:8. It says, "Shall her plagues come in one day?" Now, one day doesn't mean just particularly that one day. No, even a day to the Lord is 1,000 years. So it's even talking about in this time and era that we're going to have nothing but plagues coming out. It's already nothing but plagues coming out now. And these plagues are nothing new. That's one thing for sure. Like they said, the coronavirus was transmitted through bats. When you look online, when you go into Ebola, that's the one I wanted to go into. Ebola was transmitted from bats. So it's these plagues come from a source. It just doesn't pop out out of nowhere. See, these diseases always usually have something in common. So when you read back into 18:8 Revelation, it says, "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine." Now these are things that are just going to be happening when this place falls, or even in this time now, because you got a lot of killings during this day. You're gonna have a lot of killings during that day when this place falls. A lot of people's mourning now. Just as soon as that day's mourning, in that day, people will be mourning then. We're in a famine now, technically, because there's technically no food that fills us. We always constantly eating. Even in that day, there will literally be no food going around. So we can see the ongoing pattern where this continues. So, like the coronavirus, like I said, that's been transmitted through bats. The Ebola was transmitted through bats. So you can imagine what other disease may have been transmitted through bats or some other animal. Like the swine flu came from a pig, or it might have came from a bat too. Who knows? The name is just a name. Where it really came from is what matters. But the reason why I want to get into Revelation 18:8, because even in that day, even towards today, we're dealing with plagues. During this day and that day, there's nothing happy going on. Every time a new year comes around, everybody's more and more depressed. You wonder why. It's because everything is completely backwards. So I'm gonna get Isaiah 24:11. It says, "There's a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone." So this is nothing new. We can see it on a constant basis. When you walk out, even just walk outside, you can just sit on your porch. Don't even matter. You can just sit on the porch, go to a bus stop or something. Look at these people. You can see that nobody's happy. You can see that everybody's just constantly angry. And it's getting to the point where people getting more and more stressed. more and more BS comes up, and you can see where this leads. So there is no happiness. There's no happiness here. What is it? That New Year thing where everybody gets excited for the ball to drop. I haven't seen that since. I haven't seen anybody getting happy over that since I was at least back in high school. That was, I would say, around 2012 was the last time I actually seen that. Or was it 2012 or 2010? Even going back then, people was talking about how the world was going to end in 2010 or 2000. So you can see the paranoia of this place, where everything was going to come to a crash. This place is nothing but chaos with the wrong type of order. So we can expect the destruction of this place. Is what we look for, really, because there's literally nothing going on for this place. So people worried about diseases. How people worry about when it snows, people going into a panic. So, well, that's with any catastrophe. Even it could be light snow. People be rushing to the stores like it's gonna be snow everywhere, hailing them in. So the paranoia of this people is on a low scale compared to in that day when this place actually falls, because you can imagine when this place actually goes down. So that's why I want to get into that scripture, because what people are worried about now is very minuscule to us, because we know what we know this is just a come and go thing until that day comes when this place, when the CDC decide to actually release all diseases. That's then that's when people really gonna go into all out brawl, especially when this place closed. It's gonna get worse and worse from here. That's why, like I say, every year is a worse year. It's a new worse year. It's a new year for these people, because in this society, a new year that's wicked would be in the season that's everything's cold and dead. That's why nothing's right here. Instead of going by the right time where everything's a new year in the right season where things would be better, Esau puts it to where everything is in a cold, dead season while everything is worse. It's like a frozen wasteland of hell, basically. So I just wanted to touch into that, because these people are paranoid with these small things, when they're going to really get a taste of it when this place really shuts down. So with that, Shalom and death to Babylon.